Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the Washington Nationals 2019 season replay. We are now at game number 44. Game number 44, and it's the final game of the Mets series. The final game of the three-game series. The teams have split the first two. And the next game, they will be hosting the Cubs. It'll be a great pitching matchup. Cole Hamels against Max Scherzer. It will also mark the return of Trea Turner. He comes off the injured list tomorrow. Let's look at the standings so far in the season. Washington dropped to a 2.5 game lead over the Mets with the loss in their last game. They're 25-17. Mets 22-19. Atlanta 3 games back. Philadelphia 3 games back. Atlanta 3.5. And then Miami bringing up the rear. Starting pitchers for today's game in the final of the series. It is 2 right-handers, Zack Wheeler and Anibal Sanchez. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Mets, and then we'll do the Nationals in the bottom half of the inning. So let me make sure I can get everything in view here. I need to raise this just a tad. Try to get everything to fit if possible. So I may have to do some maneuvering here, kiddies. One moment, please. Let's bring this over here. Okay. I think that is sufficient at the moment. Anibal Sanchez, again, is your starting pitcher. And on the season, he's 3-2 with a 2.96 ERA, 45 2/3 innings, 44 hits, 19 runs, 15 earned, 18 walked, 37 strikeouts. And the lineup he'll be facing. And some backups are in for the Mets as it's getaway day. And it's going to be, this is a day game, so day game after night game, you're going to have your backup catcher and maybe a few others. McNeil's in left. Dominic Smith plays first base today, giving Pete Alonso the day off. Cano at second, Conforto in right, J.D. Davis at third, Brandon Nimmo in center, Ahmed Rosario at short, Thomas Nido the catcher, and Wheeler is your pitcher. Defensively for the Nationals, Soto's in left, Robles is in center, Eaton's in right, Rendon's at third, Defoe at short, Kendrick at second, Parra at first, Suzuki behind the plate, and Anibal Sanchez is on the mound. So I need to pause the video very quickly before we get going, and then we'll come back with first pitch. Okay, we are back and ready with first pitch. I do have the computer up as well to score the game as I'm playing it, and also to give me the stats for the bench players and bullpen players so I can present those as they're coming into the game. All right, Jeff McNeil will lead things off against Anibal Sanchez. 2-5 for Sanchez, and that's a walk chance to a left-handed hitter. 16, though, is too much, so McNeil will get to swing. 1-1, he's going to fly to center, and that's 1 away. So McNeil is retired. 1 down, and that brings up Dominic Smith. Forgot to mention McNeil is 295, 6 homers, 17 RBI. Dominic Smith in limited duty. In fact, he's only had 39 at bats. He's hitting .359, a homer, and 7 driven in. 1-5, and that's a strikeout chance. 10 is just too high. 9's just out of range of that. 5-1 for Dominic Smith. He's going to ground to second. Handled by Kendrick, 2 down. So 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Robinson Cano. He's hitting .329, 10 homers, and 40 driven in. 4-3. That's an automatic out there with that star line. See what the out is. It is going to be a ground ball to short. Defoe will handle it. Nothing doing for the Mets. 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Mets nothing. Nationals coming to bat. And in the dugout, they do have Trea Turner. He's cheering his team on. He will be back active in the next game against the Cubs when the Cubs series will begin. All right, let's look at the starting lineups for the Nationals. And it's going to be Eaton in right, Robles in center, Rendon at third, Soto in left, Kendrick at second, Parra at first, Suzuki catching, Defoe at short, and Sanchez is your pitcher. Defensively for the Mets, McNeil, Nimmo, Conforto, Davis, Rosario, Cano, Smith, and Nido, catching the offerings of Zach Wheeler. And for some reason, I forgot to write in the season stats for Zach Wheeler. So I'm glad I have the computer here handy so I can pull those up. And Zach Wheeler is on the replay 3-3 with a 4.84 ERA. He has pitched so far 48 innings, giving up 51 hits. And let's see, 19 walks, 38 strikeouts. Don't know about the runs. I'm looking on the computer. I don't have to figure out what the runs are, but we'll figure it out later. It's not important right now. This is not a Mets replay. It's a Nationals replay. So this is just outside peripheral information. All right, so Adam Eaton will lead things off. He is hitting .277, 6 homers and 27 driven in. 3-4 on Wheeler. And 3-4 is a strikeout chance against a lefty, but 14 is too high for that. Eaton will swing 2-4, and he's going to fly to left. Put away out there by McNeil, 1 away. And that will bring up Victor Robles. Robles still struggling, 194, 3 homers, 18 driven in. Wheeler 4-5 against a right-hander. That's going to be a blank. No walk plus, just a blank. Robles will ground to second. Cano fires over to Dominic Smith, 2 down. So 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up Anthony Rendon, hitting .286, 7 homers, 19 driven in. He's been struggling. He was over 300 not that long ago. Wheeler 5-4. That's a possible hit by pitch. 14, but that's a -6, so no hit by pitch. Rendon will swing 3-2, split chance, but against a right-hander, he's going to ground it to first, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down go the Nationals as well as the Mets. So after 1 inning of play, we got no score from Nats Park on Getaway Day. This game was played May the 16th. Not sure if that was a Sunday or not. I have to look at the calendar and figure it out. It's a day game, so it could be, but not sure. Not that it's important. All right, so Michael Conforto will lead things off in the top of the second. Talk about somebody struggling, hitting a .150, 6 homers, 16 RBI, 153 at bats he's had, and he's still hitting a .150. Struck out 55 times, so in 153 at bats. So one out of every 3 at bat, he's just striking out. So he's really struggling. Sanchez with the delivery. 6-1 strikeout chance again, but this time he just misses it. That's a 10. That's an 11. So the ballpark does not strike him out. He will get to swing 6-4, and he's going to ground it to Parra at first base, 1 away. And that'll bring us to J.D. Davis, hitting .333, 4 homers and 19 driven in. Sanchez 2-1 is an automatic out for that star line. Let's see what the out is. It's going to be a fly to left. Juan Soto will put that away. So 2 up and 2 down. It's going to send us to Brandon Nimmo, the center fielder. Nimmo hitting .272, 7 home runs and 24 driven in. And kind of strange that he had so many home runs. He only had 199 at bats in real life. So far he's had 125. So I guess having the 7 home runs is not that far off. Sanchez delivers 6-2 against a left-hander. That's a strikeout chance, but that's a 20, so no strikeout. Nimmo swings 2-5. He flies to right, and Eaton puts it away. Another 1-2-3 inning for Sanchez. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Nats Park. And Zach Wheeler back out. And he'll have to deal with Juan Soto, the leadoff man for the Nationals. Soto, .295, 9 home runs and 28 driven in. 1-4, possible error on a ground ball. 5-4 is a liner to short, so no ground ball to worry about. It's just going to be a hard liner right to Rosario, 1 down. And here's Howie Kendrick. Kendrick hitting .282, 6 homers, 23 driven in. Wheeler 1-4, another possible error on a ground ball. Kendrick 2-6. That is a ground ball to short, and that's only a 5. Rosario's a 7, so that will be a boot. E6. Rosario, kind of rough. I don't think it's fair to give an everyday player a 1 rating. I think that's rather harsh. To me, 1s should be reserved for guys that play out of position or somebody like that. But Rosario couldn't be that bad where he's a 1. That just doesn't make any sense to me, but that's just a sidebar on my part. I don't do the ratings, and I'm not going to question them. So, well, I just did question it, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'll just make an observation. Kendrick is a 1 attempt, but -1 from Wheeler, so no steal attempt, but we will roll for strategy. And there is no pickoff attempt. So Parra, the batter, 235, no homers and 1 driven in. Wheeler, 2-3. It's a walk. I'm sorry, it's a possible wild pitch. That's an 11. It's a pass ball question mark. So Nito, the catcher, Thomas Nito, his pass ball rating is a 2. So if this is a 1 or a 2, he blocks it. Anything else, it will be to the backstop. And he does block it. So Nito does block the potential pass or wild pitch and keeps it in front of him. So we'll start all over again. Nothing on the strategy. Wheeler to Parra, 4-4, and that's a blank. So we go to Parra's card to finish. 1-1, ground ball to second. This could be a double play. He's a 2, but that's a -1, drops it to a 1. They're halfway, makes it a 2, and the pivot at short is a 0. So 1-2 is a double play. And they turn it. How about that? 4-6-3. So Mets pitch around that error. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We go to the third. And it's going to be no score as Cano teaming up with his double play partner Rosario to turn 2. And top of the third time, it'll be Rosario, the aforementioned Rosario. Again, like I said, the 1 here is kind of rough to me. I understand it being a 1 in left field because he's an infielder trying to play outfield, but if you're an everyday player, he had 616 at bats. He was their everyday shortstop. I think you should at least give him a 2. That's just me. Because I could put a DH there at short and have the same range rating, and that just doesn't add up to me. But oh well, it's still a great game. I mean, it's next to Strat. It's my favorite, other than Strat. Stratomatic is still my favorite because of the player ratings to me are superior. But you know, each their own. This is the most fun game, but Stratomatic to me is the most realistic game. All right, so here is, and you can debate that all day long, I guess. Everybody's got a personal opinion. So I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm just stating my case, and everybody has a right to their own case. Rosario hitting 270, 2 homers, 16 driven in. 3-6, that's a range play. That is one of the great things I like about this game is the range checks. Those are always fun. So it's a range play on Rosario. 5-5. Starline 2, which is a fly to center. So the range of Robles, he's a 3. Robles is a 3 on his range. And he can't get it. Will it drop for a double? It will not. It's just going to drop in for a base hit. So Rosario drops 1 in front of Robles, who is not able to get to that. Rosario does have an attempt of 4, plus the 1 from Sanchez is a 5. But that's a 9, so nothing's happening. Can't get a good jump. Here's the little used Thomas Nito. He's hitting 0-42. 0-42 for Nito. He's had 24 at bats. So I think that probably relates to about, what, 3 hits or something like, not even less than that, probably 2 hits. So kind of struggling, but you know, he doesn't get much playing time because Wilson Ramos is getting all the playing time. So now that will send up, well, we already did the strategy roll, so let's look at Sanchez to Nimmo, 1-5, strikeout chance, 6 got him. Or Nito, not Nito. I got to keep track of that. We got a Nimmo and we got a Nito. So I got to make sure I keep myself straight on that. Wheeler, the batter, he does bat left-handed. He throws right-handed but bats lefty. He's a 211 with a home run, so he's a pretty good hitter. And with 1 out, he's not a very good bunter. So they're going to have him swing away. Do strategy roll again. Nothing happening. 19 would say to bunt, but He's only a 2. He becomes a 1 with the corners in, so I think they're going to let him swing away, actually. Sanchez, 1-2. Strikeout chance. He's going to strike out anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered. Even if he tried to bunt, he would have struck out. So it's a moot point at that. So now let's bring up McNeil. He flew to center his first trip. Strategy roll, nothing. Oh, it's a 20. I'm sorry. So we do have some. We do have something happening. 1-4 is a balk. 5-9 is a pickoff. 10-12 is a pickoff error. That's a 20. So everybody got back. Rosario back easily. Sanchez delivers. 3-4. He's not tired, so there's no single to report there. 6-3. That's a single, though. Single pass second. And if we look at the base running advancement, to go from first to third on a single to second, all you need is a base running rating of 3. And Rosario runs at a 4. So he will make it to third base without a throw. Easily done. Runners are now at the corners. And actually, I need to leave McNeil out there because he's got a chance to get a jump, as he has a 1 plus the 1 from Sanchez. But no jump. So that takes us to Dominic Smith. Sanchez, 2-2. That's a straight up home run chance, and that's a 9. Smith's a 14. Look at that. Dominic Smith giving Pete Alonso the day off, and he steps up with a 3-run home run. How do you like that? Dominic Smith, a 3-run homer. And that just put a shock into the Nationals crowd. And for Dominic Smith, that is his second home run and RBIs 8, 9, and 10 on the season. He might get more playing time if he keeps this up. 3-0 Mets now. And here's Cano. Sanchez, 6-3, strikeout chance, and he got him, but too little too late. For the Mets, 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is New York 3. And the Nationals, nothing. And they have given Zach Wheeler a 3-0 lead to work with. And it's the bottom part of the order for the Nationals. Kurt Suzuki will lead it off. Suzuki's hitting .313, 4 homers and 15 driven in. Wheeler, 3-4, blank to a right-hander. 3-5, and that's a star 4, which is a fly to left. Put away by McNeil. 1 down. And that'll bring up Wilmer Difo. .252, 2 homers, 11 driven in. 3-4. And that's a switch hitter batting left. It's a strikeout chance, but 20 is too much. 2-4. 2-4. He's going to ground to third for out number 2. And for Difo, he's had 131 bats all season. This is at bat number 128 that we just had. So with Turner coming back tomorrow, he's pretty much going to be sent down to the minors, I believe. Maybe a September call-up be about it. But his numbers pretty decent, actually. His replay numbers coming into this at bat, he's hitting exactly .252 with 2 homers and 11 runs driven in. He's had 2 and 8 on here. So pretty comparable here with the stats that Inside Pitch is producing. Not unhappy about that at all. That's pretty good representation of Wilmer Difo. All right, here's Sanchez with 2 down and the base is clear. So after I kind of, griped about the range rating on Rosario, I'm going to give him a positive here on the Difo thing here. Here's Sanchez, the batter, against Wheeler. 4-1 is a double question mark against a right-hander. 1-2 is a single, but that's out of range. So Sanchez will swing. 4-4, and he will single past the pitcher. How about that? First hit by the Nationals is by the pitcher Sanchez. Go figure. He, of course, has no attempt rating, but we will roll for a potential pickoff. But there's no 20 there. Here's Eaton. Fly to left, his first chance. 3-5 on Wheeler's card. He's not tired, so there's no single. Eaton, 6-6. He's going to ground to Cano, and that's going to do it. Ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. The end of 3, it is 3-0 Mets. And Sanchez will now come back out. See if he can regroup from that 3-run homer they gave up to Dominic Smith. And he gets to face the struggling Conforto. That might be a positive for him. Sanchez, 6-1 strikeout chance, but that's too much. Conforto's swing, 5-4, and he pops it up to Parra at first base. So Parra has retired him twice, once on a ground out and once on a pop out. And if we were in New York rather than being here in DC, if we were at Citi Field, the Boo Birds would be all over Mr. Conforto, but here at Nats Park, they don't care. Here's J.D. Davis. And J.D. Davis flew to left his first chance. 3-5. Sanchez, that's a ball 1. 6-6 is a walk plus, so a 1-out walk to J.D. Davis. And Davis' attempt is a 1, plus the 1 is a 2. It's a 3. Could be a hit and run. Do you want a hit and run with Nimmo? Why not? We'll do a hit and run with Nimmo. Sanchez to Nimmo. 4-2 is a strikeout chance. 15, though, is too much. So Nimmo will swing on the hit and run. 3-2 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to second. Now, with the hit and run being on, that would take away a good chance for a double play. On a hit and run, double play ratings get reduced by 2. So let's see here. The double play rating of Nimmo is a 2, -1 from Sanchez. So yeah, basically it's a 0. So the only play, because the base running rating is going to go up by 2. Davis's base running rating is a 1. He's halfway, makes him a 0, so it's a 2. So his base running rating, it becomes a 2. Let's see if they can turn it, even on the hit and run. I guess you can still get the hit and run. You can get the force play. I'm assuming that's the way it's done. You still got to roll against the runner. And J.D. Davis is a 1 on his run rating. His BR rating is a 1. Since the infield's halfway, he drops to a 0. But then you add 2 because of the hit and run. So basically, if this is a 1 or a 2, he will beat this out, and it'll be a play on Nimmo. If it's higher than 2, it'll be a fielder's choice. It's a 3, so they do, even though they had the hit and run on, they will still get the force play 4-6. So the hit and run, they got a bad jump on it, and they still got the force play. And that goes 4-6. Kendrick to Defoe. So out number 2, and now Nimmo's at first. See if he can get a jump. He cannot. Brings up Rosario. Sanchez, 3-2 is a blank. We go to Rosario's card. 5-3, he's going to single to right field. See if Nimmo can take third base. Nimmo runs at a 4. There are 2 outs. That makes him a 5. To go from first to third, you add 2, makes him a 7, but Eaton is a -2, so it makes it a 5. 1 to 5, he will make it. 6, somebody's out. He makes it. So base hit for Rosario will send Nimmo to third base. Runners are now on the corners with 2 down for Tom Nido. And let's see, will Rosario try to steal? He's got an attempt of 4, plus the 1 is a 5. Nope, no chance to steal here. So Nido, the batter, against Sanchez. 6-2, blank for a right-hander, so Nido swings. 5-3 is going to ground to short, and that's going to end the inning. I'm not sure why I put a line there. I got kind of out of the way there. That should be a 6-3 ground out to end the inning. So for the Mets, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 3-0 in favor of the Mets. 3-0 in favor of the Mets. And Zach Wheeler coming back out. And he'll be dealing with Victor Robles to lead things off. It'll be Robles, Rendon, and Soto, heart of the order for the Nationals, as they try to crawl back into this thing. Robles, his first time up, grounded to second. Wheeler, 6-4. Strikeout chance, 1. He definitely got him on that one. So strikeout of Robles as he continues to struggle and stay below the Mendoza line. Even though on the season he hit 255, so he's got to turn that around. Of course, he's got a lot of season to do that. Here's Rendon. Wheeler, 4-2. Strikeout chance, but 20 is too much. We go to Rendon. 1-1. Question mark 8 against a right-hander goes to 15. That is a 15. It's a triple for Anthony Rendon. So how about that? Anthony Rendon with a triple. A triple for Rendon. He had 3 triples on the season. This is triple number 2 already. So he's getting those triples out of the way early, it seems. And now with 1 out, the infield's going to come in. They don't give up a cheap. Well, no, you know what? They got a 3-run lead. They're going to lay back. They want the out. For some reason, I thought it was 1-0. It's 3-0. So they're going to play back. Strategy roll, nothing happening there. They're going to play back and give up the run to get the out. Wheeler, 5-3, and that's the ballpark card going to Nationals Park for the first time. Soto, 3-3. That's a home run to the opposite field. He is a 15. That's a 6, so it doesn't matter if they're playing in or out. That is gone. Juan Soto, a 2-run homer. So the Nationals clubbing it with a triple and a homer back-to-back. All of a sudden, it's a 3-2 ball game. For Soto, home run number 10, RBIs 29 and 30. And the lead is cut just like that to 3-2 with 1 out here in the 4th. Here's Howie Kendrick. Reached on an error his first time. 3-6, strikeout chance. Too much for that. Go to Kendrick, 4-1, and it's a split chance, but against a right-hander, he's going to ground it back to Wheeler. For out number 1. Or, I'm sorry, out number 2, rather. And here's Gerardo Parra. He grounded into a double play, his first chance. 5-4, and that's a possible hit by pitch. He's a 12, minus the 6 is a 6, so it took that hit by pitch away. But Parra will swing, 2-3, and he's going to ground it to Cano to end the inning. But damage done, 2-run homer by Soto. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 4, it's the Mets 3 and the Nationals 2. Now we start the 5th, and we got to start looking at fatigue levels for both pitchers because neither pitcher is one that's going to. Well, actually, Wheeler throws quite a few innings, but Sanchez a little bit more limited. Sanchez has faced 17 batters. He can face 24, so this may be his last inning. We shall see. Zach Wheeler, speaking of Wheeler, is the leadoff hitter, and he struck out his first chance. Sanchez, 4-6. That's a range play at Nationals Park. 6-5, that's a single to center, but it is a range check. Robles is a 3. And he gets it, so Robles takes the hit away from Wheeler. And there's 1 away. So Wheeler is retired. Back to Jeff McNeil. Sanchez, 3-4. He's not tired yet, so there's no single. McNeil, 2-3 is a question mark 8 against a right-hander. It goes to 13. That's a 2. That'll be a single for McNeil. He's now 2 for 3. So Jeff McNeil, 2 for 3. He's got an attempt of 1, so we'll see if he can get a jump. He does not. Brings up Dominic Smith. He had that big 2-run homer, or sorry, 3-run homer his last time up. Sanchez trying to pitch carefully. 4-5, potential error on a throw. 1-4 is going to pop it up to third. Rendon's got it, 2 down. So Dominic Smith's retired. Here's Cano. He's 0 for 2, but he's dangerous. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Sanchez, 4-5. Another possible error on a throw. 3-6, that's a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. Good thing we didn't have a throw because that was a 1. That would have almost certainly been an error. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-2 Mets. Still a 3-2 Met lead. And let's see, Suzuki, Defoe, and Sanchez is the third scheduled hitter of the inning. And he has faced, let's see, 21 batters. You know what? They may let him continue. We'll see. Because both bullpens are kind of gassed from the last two games going extra innings. So I think both managers would like to get some length. So we're going to let Sanchez hit, I do believe. But first things first, here's Suzuki. 6-2 on Wheeler, struck him out, but 18 is too high. So Suzuki fights that off, gets the swing. 3-3, and he pays off for it with a single to center field. So leadoff single for Suzuki. He has no attempt, so we'll roll for a pickoff and nothing else. Has to be a 20. And it is not. So here's Wheeler to Defoe. Defoe, 3-6, that's a strikeout chance. 11 is too high, so Defoe swings. Defoe, a 1-2. He's going to single past the pitcher Wheeler. How about that? Defoe with a single. And on an S1 to get from first to third, you have to have a 4 base running rating. Suzuki only runs at a 1, so he has to stop at second base. But the first two are on, and now you've got a quandary because in the American League you wouldn't worry about it, but now in the National League, do you pinch it for Sanchez? I guess you could have him bunt. He's a 3 bunter, so I guess we're going to have Sanchez bunt here. It becomes a 2 bunter. First we'll roll strategy for a pickoff, and there's nothing happening there. Wheeler to Sanchez. 1-6 is a strikeout chance. 17. Now I'm trying to remember on a bunt. I'm thinking when you bunt, you take away some of that strikeout power or numbers. So let me double check that. I might have been playing that incorrectly previously, so I want to double check on these sacrifices. So let me check the rules here. Bunt rating. Let's see here. Actually, it doesn't say anything about not striking or about reducing the strikeout number. I thought you. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. If any kind of K or K plus comes up, resolve it like those plays, but cut the end rating in half. Okay, so the strikeout rating is cut in half. So with that being cut in half, his strikeout rating now is only a 10. So 17 is no strikeout. He will get to lay down his bunt. He's a 2. So let's see what happens with that. A 2 and a 4 is going to be a good bunt. And the 6 tells us that it goes to the catcher. So Nido pops out, and his only play is to throw it to first base with Cano covering. But Sanchez gets the bunt down. Puts runners at second and third, so that's a very productive out. And now the Mets will bring the infield in with only 1 out. They don't want to give the cheap tying run on a simple ground out. Strategy roll a 1, but Suzuki's nothing's happening there. So Wheeler to Eaton with the infield in. 4-2. 4-2 is a strikeout chance. 10 too high, so Eaton gets the swing. 3-1, and he's going to single to left, so it didn't matter about the infield being in. That's a straight out single. Suzuki will score from third to tie the game. Let's check on Defoe. Defoe runs at a 3 to score from on a single to left. You subtract 1. I'm sorry, you add 1. So that makes him a 4. Left fielder Arm McNeil is a -1, makes him a 3. So 1 to 3, and he will score. 4 or 5 he holds. 6, somebody's out. That's a 6, so somebody is out, and that somebody is Mr. Defoe. So with the 6, lead runner is thrown out. If trail runner's BR is greater than equal to the roll, he advances on the throw. That's a 4. Eaton's BR is better than that, so Eaton will advance. So Eaton does take second on the throw. But Defoe is out 7-2 for out number 2. So a lot of stuff going on there. But bottom line now is we've got a tie game at 3 with Eaton at second and 2 down. But Defoe out trying to score as McNeil threw him out. And on the throw, Eaton advanced to second base. All right, here is Robles now. Strategy roll 1. Let's see, would Eaton try to steal third base? That doesn't seem to be right to me. No, he can't even do it because his attempt is only a 1, and that is a 1, and we try to steal third, you cut it in half, and so there's no chance. All right, so Wheeler pitching to Robles. 5-6 strikeout chance, and he got him. Robles continues to struggle. So for the Nats, 1 run, it could have been worse. 1 run, 3 hits. Worse for the Mets, I mean. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. At the end of 5, we are tied at 3 apiece. And now we're getting close to bullpen times for both teams. But Sanchez will come back out. He can face 24 batters. And as of now, he has faced 21. So they might get him through this inning. We shall see. Got to deal with Conforto, Davis, and Nimmo, a couple of lefties. Sanchez, 3-5. And that's ball 1. 6-2 against the lefty. That's a strikeout chance, and he gets Conforto, and Conforto continues to swing. And Conforto may even be able to hear the Boo Birds all the way from Citi Field. Traveling down 95 to D.C., the noise from those Boo Birds may still be ringing. Here's J.D. Davis. 3-6 is a range play. 3-4, and that's a star 5, which is a ground ball to short. Defoe's range is only a 2. But he makes it. Good play for Defoe. He's trying to go out with a bang as he retires J.D. Davis on the ground out. And that sends us to Mr. Nimmo. 1-2, strikeout chance, 10, he got him. So Sanchez finishes with the flurry and in style as he gets a 1-2-3 6th inning, and he may not be done. He may pitch the 7th. We shall see. Right now we go to the bottom of the 6th. And it's going to be Rendon to lead it off against Wheeler. Bottom of the 6th we go, tied at 3. And Wheeler can face 27 batters. So far he's only faced 20, so he's good to go as far as that goes. Rendon tripled his last time up. 4-6 is a range play. We go to Rendon. 6-2, single to third, but Davis is a 3. He could take that base hit away, but he cannot. So his single's going to stand for Mr. Rendon. So maybe he's getting the swing of it back in his routine with a couple of hits. And here's Soto, had the big home run last time. Roll for the strategy, nothing happening. Wheeler to Soto. 2-2 is a strikeout chance, but 20 is too much. Soto will swing. 6-1, he flies to left. And McNeil puts it away. 1 down. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick. Kendrick 0 for 2. He did reach on an error. Wheeler, 6-2, strikeout chance, and he does not get him. He's only a 5, and that's a 6. So Kendrick will get to swing. 5-3, and he ends up grounding it right back to Wheeler, and it could be a double play. He's a 2, -1 is a 1, but hitting to the pitcher, you gain 1, so you get that back to a 2. They were halfway, makes him a 3. So 1-3, it's a double play. It's a 1, it's going to definitely be a double play. It'll be a 1-4-3 double play to end the inning. And at the end of 6, it's still 3-3. The Nationals, no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. So we go to the top of the 7th, still 3-3. And like I said, the way both bullpens have been used and abused lately, your tendency is to stick with the starters as long as possible, even if they're tired. Now, Sanchez has faced 25 batters, so he is tired. But he's going to keep going unless he gets a fatigue roll. If he finds a fatigue roll, he will have to come out immediately. And in the Nationals bullpen, they do have Matt Grace and Wander Suero both loosening in the bullpen just in case. Right now, here's Rosario. Start the inning. 1-4. That's a strikeout plus chance against a right-hander, so Sanchez still got some juice left, apparently. And here's Mr. Nito. He's 0 for 2. 5-2, and that's the ballpark card. We're going to Nationals Park. 1-2, and that's a pop up to the catcher, Suzuki, for out number 2. And that brings us to Wheeler, the pitcher. Now, Wheeler, with 2 outs and the bases empty, they're going to go and let him hit. No reason to pinch hit yet. 5-2 is the ballpark card, going right back to Nationals Park. 6-1, home run to the pull side. That's a 1. He's a 4. Zack Wheeler just helped his own cause with the home run. Wow, talk about not wanting to pinch hit for him. Zack Wheeler homers. He homers. And let's check his numbers. They don't really tell me on here. Strat computer doesn't give me his accumulated stats, but that's he's got a home run, and there it is right there. So the Mets take a 4-3 lead, and kind of shocked there as well, seeing Wheeler pull that one off. Sanchez to McNeil, 3-3, and he is tired, so he will have to come out of the game. It's no longer a strikeout chance; it is now a walk chance. That's a 9, but that fails, so McNeil will swing, but Sanchez is going to have to be removed after this. 3-4, star 3, which is a fly to right to end the inning, but that's going to be it for Sanchez because he hit fatigue roll, so that's all for Sanchez. He's going to go 7 innings in this one. So for the Mets in the 7th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. 7th inning stretch time here at Nationals Park with the Mets leading it 4-3, and actually the Strat computer just came up and told me Sanchez is tired, so it kind of worked hand in hand there. So for Sanchez, 7 hits allowed in 7 innings, or 6 hits allowed rather in 7 innings. 4 runs, they were all earned. And let's see, get his totals here off the box score. See how many walks and strikeouts he has. Sanchez finished with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. So unfortunately for Sanchez, he can be saddled with the loss. Of course, if the Nationals take the lead in the 7th inning, in the bottom of the 7th, then he could actually qualify for a win. So we'll see how it all plays out. Wheeler out. Wheeler has faced 23 batters. He can face 27, so he's still okay. Sanchez is set to bat 4th this inning, so they would pinch hit for him, obviously, if it got to that. Right now, Gerardo Parra, the baby shark, will lead things off. And Parra, 0 for 2. Wheeler, 1-5, strikeout chance, 14's too much. Go to Parra, 4-2, fly to center, put away by Nimmo, 1 away. And that will send us to Kurt Suzuki. Singled and scored his last time up. 1-6, strikeout chance, 13's too high. Go to Suzuki, 3-3, and he will single again. So 2 hits for Suzuki as he continues his good hitting. He does not have an attempt. Here's Defoe. We'll roll strategy. Nothing happening. So Wheeler to Defoe. 4-6, range play. We go to Defoe's card. 1-2 is going to be a single past the pitcher, but Wheeler's a 3. See if he can knock it down. He does. Now we have to check for a double play. He's a 2, minus the 1 is a 1, but it's hit back to the pitcher, so that's a 2. Because you add the 1 back, that's a 2, and then halfway makes him a 3. 1-3, it's a double play. And it is. 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. The end of 7, it is still 4-3 Mets over the Nationals. And now we need a new pitcher for Sanchez because he had to be removed based on the last rolling that went on. And Matt Grace will be the new pitcher. There will not be a strategy roll. I'm sorry, there will not be a double switch. I don't know where I got strategy roll from. There will not be a double switch. That's going to let Grace go 1 inning anyway. And Dominic Smith, the batter. So let's take a look here and bring in Mr. Matt Grace, who's had a rough season. No question about it. He's had a rough season. Grace on the replay is 1-0, but he's got a 4.91 ERA. And in just 15 innings, he's given up 3 home runs. So That's why I say he's had a rough season. All right, so Grace is on. Matt Grace. He'll be facing Smith, Cano, and Conforto, 3 lefties in a row. Now Smith, unfortunately for Smith, he had 177 at bats, but his card is only rated one way, so don't know, how he handles lefties all that, if he handles lefties all that well or not. Stratomatic says, yeah, he did pretty good against lefties, so maybe it won't matter. All right, Grace to Dominic Smith. 1-2 range play would go to Dominic Smith's card. 5-5, that's a fly to right. We're checking the range of Eaton. Eaton is a 3. And he makes the play. So Eaton with a nice running catch takes the hit away from Dominic Smith. And he gets a nod from Matt Grace for helping him out. That'll bring up Robinson Cano. 1-6, that's a possible error. Cano, 1-2, question mark 8 against a lefty, 1-14. That is a 14. That'll be a double. We still need to check for an error on, let's see, where did it go? It was a center. So we're checking for an error rating on Robles, who's a 3. And there's no error there, but it will be a double for Robinson Cano. He hits the double. So he's in scoring position with 1 out. We'll roll the strategy for Grace. Nothing happening. So now, struggling pitcher against struggling hitter right here. Lefty on lefty. Grace against Conforto. 5-4. And that's a straight out single against a lefty. Straight out single. Cano will score automatically. And it's now 5-3 Mets. So Grace was obviously not the answer. And he's going to be lifted. He won't stay around long. Now they got the righties coming up, or at least a few righties coming up, so they will go to the bullpen again. As Grace goes a third of an inning and gives up 2 hits and so far a run. The other runner is his responsibility. And let's look and see who they want to go in the bullpen for. Find somebody that's not tired, which is going to be hard to do because they're all pretty gassed from pitching there. So let's see, they could go, if you're going to bring in Joe Ross or Erick Fedde, you're going to want to double switch. So let's see, what do they want to double switch with? They're going to double switch with Difo and Adrian Sanchez. So Adrian Sanchez is going to come in. So let's go to the Nationals scorecard. Well, you have Anibal Sanchez here, and you got Adrian Sanchez coming in to play shortstop and bat ninth. And then you're going to have Erick Fedde coming on to pitch, batting in the 8th position. So Erick Fedde will be on. So Adrian Sanchez is being used. Fedde will now come on. Erick Fedde. With a runner at first. So Difo is no longer in the game. And Erick Fedde coming on. So let's execute this double switch on the computer. Bring Sanchez into play short and bat ninth. And Erick Fedde is on to pitch. And Erick Fedde honestly has not had a lot of work, so it's about time to get him some work. In limited duty, he's only pitched 5 innings. He's 1-0 with a 1.93 ERA, so he's doing very well for himself so far. See if he can continue that. See, runner on first, Conforto. We'll check his BR rating, or his steal rating. Temp rating's a 1, plus 1 from Fedde gives him a 2. But nothing happening. Here's J.D. Davis. Infield is halfway. 6-3, strikeout chance, 9. Got him. So Fedde comes in and strikes out J.D. Davis. Off to a good start there. 2 down now for Brandon Nimmo. Nothing on the strategy roll. Fedde to Nimmo, 6-2. Uh-oh, that's bad news. That's a home run straight up. Nimmo's an 8, but that's a 9. So he just missed it. Foul ball past the foul pole on the wrong side if you're Nimmo to the foul side. So he just misses a home run. but he will get to swing. 2-1, he's going to ground to second, so very disappointing after that. Thought he had one out of there, but just didn't work out that way. So now, but the Mets do get that extra run, that insurance run, courtesy of Conforto, who had been struggling all this time, but all he needed was Matt Grace to show up, and he gets the hit. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 5-3. Favor the Mets. Now the question is, can Wheeler still keep going? Let's check his batters faced and see how he's doing. Sanchez is the leadoff hitter, Adrian Sanchez, thanks to the double switch. So let's see how many batters he has faced. He has faced 26 batters. He can face 27. So they're going to let him start out and see how he does, although the bullpen is loosening. They do have their one left-hander is loosening in the bullpen, that being left-handed reliever Zamora. So Zamora, Daniel Zamora, is in the bullpen, along with Jeurys Familia. They're both loosening in the Met bullpen. All right, I mean, one of the scariest phrases for Met fans anywhere is Jeurys Familia is warming in the bullpen. All right, here is Sanchez. Again, this is on the double switch with Fetty. All right, Wheeler to Sanchez. 1-2, strikeout chance. He got him. So Sanchez is out of there. And now he's faced 27 batters, so Wheeler is tired. If he hits a fatigue roll, he's got to come out automatically. Facing Eaton. 1-6, strikeout chance. He got him. So Wheeler trying to go out with a vengeance here in the 8th. 2 strikeouts in a row, and he gets to face the struggling Robles. 5-4. That's a hit by pitch chance. He's a 30, so he's definitely getting hit by the pitch. Robles is plunked. And now, can he try to steal? He is a 5 with a -1 for a 4 attempt rating. And it's a 2, so he's going to try to steal and get himself into scoring position. He's a 15. You add 1 there for Wheeler, makes it a 16. Nito adds 2 more, makes him an 18. So 1 to 18, he will make it. 20. Do you believe that? We roll a 20 and he gets caught stealing. How do you like that? You get a 90% chance to steal safely, so I figured why not take it? And that's why you don't take it. Rendon was up, a hot hitter, and he was a tying run, but what are you going to do? We're trying to get in scoring position, so if we get a base hit, it would score him. So second guessers all over the place are going to be looking at that one. Now Zach Wheeler is considered tired by the Strat computer, and of course he's going to probably come out anyway for Mr. Edwin Diaz. So Wheeler's going to go 8 innings. Wheeler 8 innings. And let's see, he gave up 3 runs, all earned, 8 hits. And let's take a look here about walks and strikeouts. Look at the box score again. And for Wheeler, no walks and 4 strikeouts. So that certainly helped him go 8 innings by not walking anybody, kept his batter face down, and he was able to keep going. All right, so Fetty back out. We'll be facing Rosario. So to clean things up here on the Nats 8th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 9th. It is 4-3 in favor of the Nationals. I'm sorry, of the Mets, rather. Actually, it should be 5-3. Why am I'm missing something here? You know what? I put a 0. Should have been a 1 here. I thought something was off. There was a home run hit here in the 7th by the Mets, so that should actually be. If anybody was looking at my scoreboard, probably wondered what was I doing. 1 goes there. So it's actually 5-3 Mets. We'll get it straight. 5-3 Mets. And we have Rosario, Nito, and a pinch hitter for Wheeler. And picking up a bat for the Mets. They have all right-handers on the bench. Not sure yet who they're going to go to. If there's 2 outs and the base is clear and the only thing that can help them is a home run, they'll probably go Alonso. If not, they'll go with somebody maybe with a better average. Assuming they have Wilson Ramos has a better average. Could go to Hechavarria or Todd Frazier as well. We'll see how it plays out. Fedde facing Rosario. Start the 9th. 1-6 is a walk plus. He's a 5. Plus makes him 15. The stadium adds 1, makes it 16. So it will be a walk. So Nationals Park has a little bit to do with that walk. So there's 1 out for Tom, or 1 on rather, nobody out for Nido. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Infield is halfway. Fedde to Nido. 6-6. Not tired, so there's no single. 5-4, and that's a star 1, which is a ground ball to second. Could be a double play. He's a 2. Plus 1 is a 3. They're halfway, makes it a 4. Pivot is a 0. 1 to 4 is a double play. It's a 6, so runners are going to advance, and that ends up being a 4-3 ground out with Rosario taking second base. Now we got a pinch hitter coming up. And let's see how they want to play this. Which pinch hitter they want to use. Tempted to obviously use Alonso, but I think we're going to go to somebody else. I think they're going to go to the Todd father, Todd Frazier. Keep in mind, they're all right-handers on the bench. There are no lefties on the bench at all. So Todd Frazier will be on to pinch hit here in the 9th. I mean, they've got 6 pinch hitters, all right-handed. So they could have gone Lagares, Broxton, Ramos, Hechavarria, Frazier, or Alonso. I decided to go with Frazier. So we'll let Frazier pinch hit. Try to give Alonso a complete day off. So Frazier is on with the runner at second. So we'll roll for strategy for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Fedde to Frazier. 5-3, and that's an automatic star line, so it wouldn't matter who we use because a right-hander is all they had on the bench, and that would have been an out. So it didn't matter who we used, they would have been out. And that's going to be a ground ball to second. So now we got a chance at a double play. So maybe that's why you don't use Alonso. Well, they're both a double play rating of 2. So, all right. Well, no, it can't be a double play because the runner's at second. My bad. I'm getting confused here. The ground ball went to second, so that will advance the runner to third. So runner is at third as Frazier is out of there. But now there are 2 outs for McNeil, the lefty. Now the question is, do you bring in somebody to face McNeil, the lefty, or do you stick with Fedde? Do you play the percentages or do you stick with Fedde? Jennings is a lefty, but he's got a 13.50 ERA, so McNeil, though, does hit much better against the righties, it seems. Up here, anyway, in home runs. But on the 2 splits, it's better against lefties. So, kind of tit for tat. I think we're going to just stick with what we got. Fedde is going to swing away. Rosario has an attempt of 4 plus the 1. So, he could try to steal third, but do you really want to steal third? I really don't think there's a whole lot of advantage in that. Plus, Fedde's a -2. That would hurt him as well. So, Suzuki's a +2, so that would make an even 13. It'd be a 1 to 13, but we saw what happened on a 1 to 18. So I think you're going to let. Actually, Rosario's at third. My bad. So forget the stolen base routine. This is McNeil, Fedde, and McNeil. I got my mind on whether to use a lefty or not. 5-6 from Fedde is a possible error. So go to McNeil. 4-4. That is a star 4, which is a ground ball to first. Parra is only a 4. That's a 15. So Parra will make the play and flip to Fedde to end the inning. So it goes 3-1 to end the inning. And now, let's see, for the Mets, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. So Grace ends up going a third of an inning and giving up the 1 run. Fedde's going to end up going 1 2/3. He's going to give up nothing, and he walked 1 and struck out 1. All right, bottom of the 9th time we go, 5-3 Mets, and even though he struggled his last time out, they're going to go to the well one more time with their closer, Edwin Diaz. I mean, he's a closer for a reason. So he's going to come on, Edwin Diaz, try to nail down this save. He's got a 2-run lead to work with. So Diaz will be the new pitcher for the Mets. And like just about everybody in their bullpen, they're a little bit fatigued from overusage, but they really don't have any choice. And he's got to deal with the heart of the order, Rendon, Soto, and Kendrick. So this will be a grown man save for Edwin Diaz if he can get it. Diaz on the replay is 1-3 with 5 saves, but an 8.27 ERA. Really ugly. Diaz, whoops, that's Suadice. We'll try again. 4-5, and a 4-5 is a range play, so we're going to Rendon for the range. 4-5 again is going to be a fly to center. The range of Nimmo is a 3. 1-3, Nimmo grabs it. And he does not. It gets past him. Will it be a double or a single? It's going to be a double. So how about that? Rendon, a home run away from the cycle. He has tripled, singled, and now doubled. He is 3 for 4, breaking out of his slump in a big way, big time way. And now the tying run, Soto is aboard, or is at the plate rather. Diaz to Soto. And Met fans are seeing this movie too. 5-4 is a strikeout plus though, so we will come back and get Soto for a strikeout. So at least helping his cause there, at least for one batter, striking out the tough Juan Soto, keeping Rendon at second with 1 out for Howie Kendrick. Whoops, that's definitely a Suadice. 1-3, and against a right-hander, that's a straight-up home run chance. That's a 9, that's an 11, that is gone. Howie Kendrick, a 2-run home run, and just like that, we are tied at 5 apiece, and Edwin Diaz has blown yet another save. Unbelievable that Edwin Diaz, but I mean, who do you bring in if you're the Mets? I mean, good grief. He's your closer. What are you going to do? Here's Parra. 6-6, that's a walk plus, so he's going to walk Parra. And that's going to be it for Diaz. He's going to be lifted. He can't get the job done once again. So Diaz will leave. And let's check on who's going to come in to replace him. Looks like it will be Familia. So Jeurys Familia will be coming on, as Diaz has blown yet another save. Jeurys Familia is on. Diaz can't close the book. He can still lose this game if the Nationals win it this inning. But he's going to go 1/3 of an inning, give up 2 hits, 2 runs so far, a walk and a strikeout. And now Suzuki is on. But first, Parra has an attempt of 4, plus the 1 for Familia is a 5. Nope. Well, it's a chance for a hit and run, but... And they are going to hit and run, actually. Suzuki doesn't strike out much. So we're going to do a hit and run. With 1 out and a runner at first, they're going to do a hit and run. Familia to Suzuki. 2-2, strikeout plus. Now, when you do a hit and run, there's nothing on here about strikeouts. So it's a strikeout plus. So that means he strikes out. He strikes out as a 15. That's a 9. So he strikes out. That means the runner has to steal. He has no choice. He's got to steal. Got to steal. So we bring back Parra. His stolen base rating is a 15. -1 is a 14. +2 is a 16. 1 to 16, he steals it. And he does. So stolen base. That was a 3, but you have to have a 1 or a 2 to worry about a throwing error. So stolen base, strike him out in a stolen base. So Parra does get second base. So he does get stolen base, but now we got the pitcher spot coming up, because we had the double switch. So Fetty is now batting 8th, so he will be pinch hit for. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be for the Nationals. On the bench, they have Dozier, Gomes, and Taylor remaining. And the one with the best average is Michael Taylor. So Doesn't say a whole lot, but that's who they're going to bring in, is Michael Taylor. So Taylor will pinch hit here in the 9th against Familia with the winning run at second base and 2 outs. So Taylor, a chance to be a hero if he can pull it off. Familia, no strategy roll to worry about. Facing Taylor, 4-1 against a lefty. That would have been a single that would have ended the game, but the Nationals don't have any lefties on the bench, so it's going to be a blank, and Taylor will swing. 5-2, and he lines it hard, but right to the third baseman, J.D. Davis, and we've got extra innings again. All 3 games this series have gone extra innings. Not what either team wanted, because they've been using their bullpens left and right. So Diaz closed the book on him, giving up the 2 runs. So it's a 5-5 ball game as we go to the 10th. We'll need a new pitcher for the Nationals. For the Nationals in the 9th, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. So we go to the 10th, and let's see who's coming up. Smith, Cano, and Conforto. So they're going to bring in Doolittle. Might as well. There's no save situation any longer. So Doolittle is going to be your pitcher facing these lefties for the Mets. So Sean Doolittle will be coming on. Let's bring Doolittle on. And Doolittle on the season checks in 2-2 with a 4.66 ERA and 11 saves. But 2-2 and a 4.66 ERA. He was 4.05 in real life, so he's struggling just a tad, as you can see. And for the Mets, it'll be Dominic Smith to lead it off, followed by Cano and Conforto, 3 lefties. Now, they could pinch hit for Dominic Smith and bring in Alonso. Smith did hit the home run. You know what? They're going to bring in Alonso. They're going to pinch hit. That's why we didn't use Alonso as a pinch hitter earlier. We're going to bring in Alonso to replace Dominic Smith facing a lefty. I'm going to do what I think the Mets would do in this situation. So Mickey Callaway will bring in the pinch hitter. And we're going to give Alonso the whole day off, but no longer. It is Alonso pinch hitting for Dominic Smith. So Pete Alonso pinch hitting in the 10th, and he takes over at first base in the 10th. So Pete Alonso will lead it off against Doolittle here in the top of the 10th, tied at 5. 1-5, strikeout plus, got him. So it didn't matter who we had that time, Doolittle was going to strike him out. So strikeout there, although the Mets do improve the defense because Alonso was a 4 range rating at first base. Here's Cano. 6-1, and I guess they lefty. It's a strikeout plus, so Doolittle coming in there firing 2 straight strikeouts. And that will take us to Conforto. Think about pinch hitting for Conforto as well, but I think they'll go ahead and stick with him. Doolittle 3-1, he's not tired. Go to Conforto, 6-3, he's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Doolittle pitches his 1 inning and doesn't give up anything. And he's a 1-inning pitcher all the way, so he can only face 4 batters before he tires. So that's it for Doolittle. He did his job, kept the score right where it is, and gives his team a chance to try to win it in the bottom half of the inning. And so now Pete Alonso will come into the game, stay in the game to play first base. Now Familia, let's look at Familia's numbers. Familia has faced only 2 batters, and he can face 4. So they're going to keep him in there to face Adrian Sanchez, the shortstop, and then the top of the order, Eaton and Robles. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 5. Familia, 6-2. That's a straight-up home run chance, but that's a 17, and Sanchez has no power, so you got a break there. Sanchez 2-1. He lines it hard, but right to the new first baseman, Alonso. It's amazing when you come into the game defensively how the ball finds you. And it did it right there. So that brings up Eaton. 6-3. Strikeout plus for a righty, but Eaton's a lefty, so that's a blank. Eaton 3-5. Question mark 8. It goes to an 11 against a righty, but that's a 14, so that's just a deep fly to center. Put away by Nimmo. 2 down. And that sends us to Victor Robles. Hit by a pitch his last time. 6-6. Ballpark card. We're going to Nationals Park. 5-4. And he's going to single past second base. So Robles with the base hit. Now, he was caught last time. Do they dare try it again? I think you have to get in scoring position. Although, if you know what? Well, you're not going to walk Rendon because then you got to face Soto. So I think you do have to try to steal here. I don't think there's any question about it. You have to try to steal. So let's look at the stolen base. Well, first of all, he's got to get a chance. He can't steal on his own. He's got to get the jump. So there's a 5 plus a 1 is a 6. So it's a 5, so he can try to steal. So it's a 15, minus the 1 is a 14, plus 2 is a 16. 1 to 16, he makes it. Now, last time he had a 1 to 18 and was thrown out. This is a 1 to 16. And this time he does make it. So I think you had to. I don't think there was any choice. You had to try to steal there. And you're not going to walk Rendon and pitch to Soto. I just don't think that's happening. So Familia kind of betwixt and between right here, and he's actually tired as well. As he has faced 5 batters, he can only face 4, and he's faced 5. Do you stick with Familia or do you go to the bullpen is the question for the Mets. Let's see how they want to deal with this. They could bring in, you know what, they're going to bring in Seth Lugo. They're going to not take a chance with Familia being tired. They're going to bring in Seth Lugo to try to pitch to Rendon. So they're going with the, well, nobody's fresh in their bullpen. They've all been kind of gassed, but they don't have any choice. The way the series has been with all these extra inning games. So here it is. No strategy roll needed. Here is Rendon facing Lugo. 5-1 is a walk chance, and he does walk him, so it's an unintentional walk. Turned in there by Lugo, and now you got to deal with Soto. They do, again, have the lefty in the bullpen. They do have the left-hander, Zamora, but he's not very good. But it would kind of, well, Soto actually on the question mark has higher numbers against lefties. And here he's got a higher number against lefties. So really, I don't think bringing a lefty is going to affect Soto all that much. So we're going to have Lugo pitch to Soto. 2 on, winning runs at second base, and he's got good speed in Robles. Lugo 1-5, possible error on a throw. If there's a throwing error, the game will be over. Soto 5-5, he's going to fly to right, so no throw. Well, it could be a throwing error if he tries to get to third base. So that's 2 outs on the fly out to right. Now the question is, can Robles go to third? Robles has a base running rating of 4. Conforto's a -2. I'm sorry, it's a third out. Never mind. Duh. That's the third out. They don't need to worry about it. That's a third out. Ends the ball game, or ends the inning rather. We go to the 11th. Still 5-5. So close the book on Familia now. He goes an inning and 2/3. Or is it inning and a third? My bad. Inning and a third. He goes an inning and a third. And he gives up a hit and a walk. Does get a strikeout. No runs. All right, so now for the Nationals in the 10th, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. So now we go to the 11th. We'll need a new pitcher for the Nationals as Doolittle is done. J.D. Davis is your leadoff man. And let's see, I don't think you're going to bring Doolittle back. I guess you could. But I think they're Doolittle's more of a 1-inning guy, so I think they're going to turn it over to, let's see, they're going to turn it over to Joe Ross. He hasn't pitched in a while. So Joe Ross is going to come on. See if there's any kind of a double switch. that they would want to pull here. Soto was the last, but no, you're not taking down any of those guys, so it's going to be a straight change. And Joe Ross is one of the few guys in the bullpen that is not tired. So Joe Ross, they've been saving him for long relief, and I guess this is the time to bring him out. So Joe Ross is in, and he will face J.D. Davis, Brandon Nimmo, and Rosario here in the 11th. 2-6 for Ross is a range play. J.D. Davis, 3-2, ground ball to short, and again, Defoe is only a 2. And he can't get it. It's a base hit past Defoe. Leadoff single for J.D. Davis against Joe Ross. So let's see, I need to go back and look at something real quick. I'll hit fly to right. Okay. When I'm entering this stuff in the computer, it gets a little tricky sometimes. All right, so Joe Ross is in. And he hits in the number 8 position. So Ross hits number 8. That is a base hit for J.D. Davis. I'll get caught up in a second. There we go. J.D. Davis has an attempt of 1, but it's a -1, so no attempt. Joe Ross does have pickoff chances, but no 20, so no pickoff. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Infield is halfway. 5-2 is a strikeout chance. 11 got him. So Nimmo strikes out for out number 1. Brings up Ahmed Rosario. Check for strategy. Nothing happening. Ross to Rosario. 1-5. Potential error on a ground ball. 1-6. That's a single to right. That's a 1. So that's going to be an error on Eaton. An error on Eaton. So that's going to allow Davis to get to third automatically. So Davis will get to third. And Rosario will take second on the E9. So he gets the second on the single, and then the E9 gets into third base. So runners are at second and third. Second and third now with only 1 out. Thomas Nido, the batter. I think you're going to pinch hit for Nido. They're going to bring in Wilson Ramos, the predominant catcher. They're trying to give him the day off, but they're in too big of a situation not to use him. So Ramos is on to pinch hit here in the 11th, and he'll stay in the game to catch in the 11th as well. So Ramos pinch hitting the big spot, and of course the Nationals infield has to come in. They have no choice. Pinch hitter on deck for Lugo as well is Juan Lagares. So got a pinch hitter coming up after this as well. Infield is in. We'll roll for strategy. Nothing happening. Ross to Ramos with the infield in. 2-1. Strikeout chance 10 is too high, so Ramos gets to swing. 3-4. And that's a liner to first base. That could be a double play. We'll see what happens. When you have a runners at second and third, runners are at second and third and a liner to first. A 5 is the only number you can roll to get a double play. It has to be a 5. Otherwise, everybody gets back. And everybody's back. So the liner hit it hard, but right at Parra for out number 2. And now you got a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Lugo. And it will be, they've already used Alonso, Ramos, and Frazier. So it will be either Lagares or Hechavarria. And actually, Hechavarria's got a better average. But they might bring him in for defense for the shortstop. So they're going to use Lagares. That's who the original one was Lagares. And that's who they're going to use. So Juan Lagares going to bat here in the 11th in a big spot, obviously. Juan Lagares. And they'll need a new pitcher in the bottom half of the inning as well. So Lagares is on to bat for Lugo, with runners at second and third and 2 down. Pickoff attempt chance. That's a 20, so it's a 1-3 for a pickoff. 4-6 is a pickoff error. That's a 9. Ooh, almost was a 6, but that's a 9, so everybody gets back. Almost threw the game away there. That would have been Suzuki throwing the game away. So now, infield normal depth, here's Ross to Lagares. 1-5, possible error on a ground ball. If there's an error, the game's over. Or not over, but the run will score. It's a pop-up to second base. So how about that? Not a ground ball, it's just a pop-up to second, and the inning is over. So talk about pitching out of that. Joe Ross did his thing and pitched out of it. And now the Mets will need a new pitcher out of the bullpen. For the Mets, no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Finish the book on Lugo. And Lugo, let's see, Lugo came in here. So Lugo, that walk was really charged to Lugo. So he went a third of an inning, but walk and nothing else. But now we need a new pitcher for the Mets. And it's going to be Gsellman. So Gsellman is your new pitcher. Robert Gsellman. He is the new pitcher, and the new catcher, of course, is Ramos. So let's make sure I got my order correct here. Neil, Alonso, Cano, Conforto, Davis, Nimmo, Rosario, Ramos, and the pitcher. So they are straight. And now for the Nationals, it'll be Kendrick, Parra, Suzuki, and then Joe Ross, the pitcher. And of course, they still have Dozier and Gomes on the bench, if need be. So, bottom of the 11th we go. Again, first game went 13 innings. Second game, the last game went 10 innings. Now we're in the 11th on this one. It's like, can we get a 9-inning game, please? But nobody wants to cooperate. All right, get the logistics out of the way. Okay, so Kendrick facing Gsellman. Start at the bottom of the 11th. 1-4. That's a home run question mark, but 18 is too much, so Kendrick will not get the home run. He will get the swing. 4-5. And against a right-hander, that's a split chance. That's a fly to center. Out number 1. It's a good thing for the Mets that they had a righty in there and not a lefty. So he flies to center, 1 away for Gerardo Parra. 3-5, and that is a potential walk plus. 14, that will be a walk. So Parra walks for the second time. He could try to steal. He's going to attempt a 4. -1 is a 3. 4 is a hit and run chance. So they're going to hit and run with Suzuki. Try to shake something up here. Hit and run chance for Suzuki. Gsellman, 1-4. Home run question mark. But again, 14 fails. So let's go to Suzuki for the hit and run. 1-5. He's going to single to right field. And on a hit and run, a single to right, I think that's going to pretty much automatically give Parra third base. But we'll do the numbers. Hit and run, you add 2 to the base running rating, so Parra becomes a 5. Going from first to third, you add 2, gives him a 7. Conforto is a -2 though, so it's a 1-5 to get to third base. And he does. So Parra does take third base on the hit and run, perfectly executed by Suzuki. He takes care of that. So now we got the pitcher spot, Joe Ross, so we definitely will need a pinch hitter for the Nationals. It'll be Brian Dozier. Dozier will be in. He's got a little bit better average than Gomes has. So Dozier is your pinch hitter. So let's do the numbers here. Dozier will pinch hit. Brian Dozier. That leaves Gomes as the only position player left on the bench. Gsellman now finds himself in a bit of trouble with one out. And runners at the corners. The infield's going to have to come in. They really have no choice. Although, he's a 3 and that's a +1. That would be a 1 to 5. So they're going to actually play halfway. They're going to play halfway and try to get the traditional double play because it's such a good chance to do so. Whoops. Let's get everything straight where it's supposed to be. 6-6 is a strikeout chance. 20 is too much, so Dozier will swing. 2-5, and that's a liner to short. Could be a double play in a different way with a liner. So let's take a look here on a line out to short. Double play chances with runners at first and third, and a liner to short. Well, the guy at third, they're saying there's no chance to double him off. A 1 doubles off the runner from first. Nope, no double play. Everybody got back. So everybody's back. Dozier fails, and that brings up Sanchez. So now, Gsellman, his 5th batter, this is the last batter he can face before he's tired. Gsellman to Sanchez. 1-3, possible error on a ground ball. If it's an error, the game's over. Sanchez. 2-2. 2-2 is a single past second. It doesn't matter. The ball game's over anyway. Sanchez, an RBI single. Nationals win it in 11 innings by the score of 6-5. Gsellman will take the loss as he goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits and the run plus a walk. So for the Nationals in the 9th, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. Nationals win it on the RBI single from Sanchez. And there's your ball game. We'll go to the box score and do the totals for the Nationals. For the Mets, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left on 7. For the Nationals, 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. They left on 6. Winning pitcher, Joe Ross. He is now 6-1 in relief. He is just vulturing these wins. 6-1 in relief is Joe Ross. He was 4-4 on the season. He's 6-1 now in relief. The loss goes to Gsellman. He's 1-1. And that's going to do it for the series against the Mets. As all 3 games go extra innings. Talked about a war of attrition with all these games. And we move on. The Nationals now with the win improve to 26-17. Mets fall to 22-20. Depending on what Philadelphia does, they could fall into 3rd place. We'll see. Right now they're 3.5 back. And coming up for the Nationals, it will be a 3-game set here at Nationals Park against the Cubbies. First game of the series will be Cole Hamels against Max Scherzer. So again, final score from Nats Park. It is in 11 innings, Washington 6, Mets 5. Winning pitcher Joe Ross, losing pitcher Robert Gsellman. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.